It's over 9,000!
Welcome to the intergalactic spectacle known as the Outer Space Freak Show. I'm here with the Outer Space superhero, Dakota, Brandon Snow of Brandon Snow's Car Talk, and Vince Barry of his mother's womb. It's true. Where else did I come from?
Outer space!
Alright, let's start things off. There's reports that Randy Savage didn't die of the car wreck. He died of other circumstances.
Ooh,
natural causes.
You know a little more about that, Brandon? Or Vinny?
Let's see.
Well, I do have to say that I was actually suspecting that it could have been, like, you know, past steroid use. But from what the studies
Wasn't it
show,
a heart attack?
well, yeah, it was a heart
Something
attack.
like
But
that?
here's the thing: like, he actually had a large heart. That's what the report says. He had a large heart, and that he obviously had, you know, some cardiovascular issues that were probably hereditary. So.
Well, I don't think it was
that's just good to
steroids
know.
because he hasn't been in the wrestling business for a long time. So why would he have to take steroids?
But still,
Do people still do that? Was it heart disease?
Yeah, I thought
They also ended up.
I know, but
proving-
heart disease can be caused by steroids. I'm not saying he did. I'm not claiming he did, but there's a lot of things. Drug use can also cause that.
It's not like he
What
coughed
about
now, you know.
And Slim Jims. Ooh, yeah.
Another thing they found out was that apparently the car accident was very minimal. Like the accident alone wouldn't have killed him. Which means like
They say how fast he was going when he hit. Was it a tree?
It wasn't
It
that
was about
fast.
35.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
that's
it's enough to
still
gut you like off the seat, but not enough to really do any severe damage.
Yeah, he had some cuts and whatnot.
But nothing major that would kill you.
You know, I didn't want to bring up Ultimate Warrior, but Ultimate Warrior could be right. It could be drug use that did it. So
It's possible.
it's just a matter of timing, dude.
Yep.
You don't just go like the day after he died.
See, you might have a point.
Don't do
Warrior.
drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad.
Mr. Mack has said it. Okay? Good.
All right, what do we have next there, Vinny?
All right, let's see. What do we have next?
Well, put those nipples away, man. You're scaring
Yeah.
people.
My nipples. I know I have really nice nipples, but you don't have to look at them to notice.
I'm looking the other way now, Ben. I'll be
I know,
respectful.
they're just gleaming.
I'll respect you. So.
So yeah, what do you got there, buddy?
Let's see, what do I got? I found out that, let's see, this woman was banned from Walmart
For what?
for overusing coupons.
Okay, first off, how could anybody get banned from Walmart?
Would she like copy them and like keep
No,
them back
no,
and
no,
say
she had
that
legitimate coupons and all that fun bullshit.
She got banned for using coupons? That's what you're saying here?
Yeah, let's see, it's someone from Idaho, boys, Idaho.
Was she printing these? Like freaking money?
She owned the Post Standard.
No, what happened was the managers got all mad that she was using like every coupon in the book in the world. So she went to like management caught up to her and she videotaped the whole thing. And I'm guessing that they banned her partially because of the video and partially because of the overuse of coupons. And
Wait, you can. There's a amount of coupons that's too many.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
What's
it's
the
not
part of that?
coupons. I'm like, sitting here going, what?
You spend all that time clipping those motherfuckers out and then you can't use them?
But like, lady, you only spent 49 cents. Like, we can't help
Don't you know it's cold outside? You know, people can't get no
Gotta
jobs.
buy something else.
yeah,
Coupons are
so what
valuable.
happened was they never actually told her she was banned, and the next time she was there, she got escorted out without even being told why she wasn't being allowed in there.
You macho man.
It's just stupid.
A
Honestly,
lot of
just
things that
stupid.
happen in the world are stupid.
Yeah.
We live in a world of stupidity. That's why we're from outer space.
Yeah, shit. We sit around and talk about shit we don't even know about.
Yes. That's why we do what we do.
But Pamela's boobs are big. If you haven't seen them, you gotta check them out.
Yes, they are. They done this
I'll
now.
have you talking about Pamela Anderson?
Yeah,
Let's try the
I'm sorry.
episode.
I saw that roast that she was with there with the Trump, and the Trump really just. No, wait, it wasn't. It was the Hasselhoff. It was the Hasselhoff.
Oh, the
Excuse me.
fucking Hoff.
And boy, that was dirty. She was a dirty woman. She's just amazing.
And of course, I
She's
think it
beautiful,
wasn't
man. She's
Hulk
still
Hogan
beautiful.
that was there, brother.
Well, this isn't the first set of naked pictures
His
that are out
jokes
there.
were
She's been out there for a
We all
while.
love our
Yeah, but these are
Pamela
really
naked
explicit.
pictures.
This is
We all love
She's got a sex tape out there.
Chris
for God's
Rock.
My
sake.
nipples are nice.
This
what
is,
you
yeah,
do.
this is like her private home. People really just fucking with her. She ain't deserve that. You know, I mean,
No.
I don't show my dick on TV, but if I did, I wouldn't want everyone
Would you
seeing
just
it. Like,
please
I don't want people
not,
mailing it to my
you
mom.
know, maybe save that for the
Yeah.
porno tape or whatever, you know, just not on the freak show.
Yeah, that's
Well, because I'm sitting next to you for one, I don't want that airing out and getting,
yeah. If you want to walk in front of the camera,
I'm worried about you boys. I mean, I'm the guest. Remember, you invite
Oh,
me.
yeah, I'm sorry. You are from the best quadrant in space.
I am not charging.
That would be the
came
quadrant
long
of
ways to
absolutely
these boys.
motherfucking nowhere.
That's right.
Alright, I'm seeing here that mentally handicapped kid gets attacked by the cops because of
What?
speech impediment. You know more about that?
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
This one made me fucking sick to my stomach. It
What
was,
happened?
let's see. The police come up to this guy.
Have you seen my baseball?
I'm
I
sorry,
know, that's
didn't
wrong. That's not politically correct.
It's funny though, so fuck it.
That's how we go.
Alright, this guy, like, basically the cops come to this guy for whatever reason. I don't see any real reason here. And he has a speech impediment, and I guess he talks kind of different than some people. And the police took it as disrespect, like they're mocking them or some shit like that. And they decided to taser, pepper spray, and beat him and call for a bunch of backup over the stupid thing.
So they called backup on a kid because what were they asking him questions and because he wasn't saying it right or saying it fast enough, the cop thought it was him resisting.
Yeah,
Something like
basically,
that?
yeah, and they decided, oh, why don't we make an example out of this guy just because it sounds like he's insulting us?
Billy clubs,
That's-
tasers, anything
Tasers.
fun, pepper spray.
Tasers and pepper spray. And
Is the video out? There's nothing more funny than watch people get tased, yo.
either way,
That's
Wait
just
till you see it in
painful.
real life.
Either
I'll tell
way-
you what.
this
They go down
is fucking
quick.
bullshit.
I want to get tased.
Why?
You know how people
They go-
why
they
want
go-
to get
why do
tased?
people
If
think
you're
it's different?
certified to use that weapon, you get shot with that weapon.
Oh yeah,
And,
it is a part.
hurts.
It's part of the training.
Why
to have
are
it.
your
It's
cops allowed to
200
do
amps
this
going
fucking
through your
bullshit?
body.
Why-
Anybody here been
200
tased?
amps.
Alright, we're back. The spaceship was hit by an asteroid, and
We're pretty chicken up.
we were sent into a black hole. At the last second, the captain of the ship managed to steer the ship away from the black hole. However, the crew and the customers here on board the Outer Space Freakshow, they disappeared into the black hole. Me and Vinny are the only ones to survive. Vinny, are our thrusters working? Can you get the thrusters working?
I don't know. It's gonna be difficult.
Alright, we're gonna take a quick break. I just wanted to leave this in case we die. We will be right back. Captain Bill Springer, and we have crash landed on a very strange planet. There are women here with 6 heads and 14 vaginas. I don't know how I can control myself. I may be arrested on this planet before the... Well, I don't know if they have a night. There's 17 suns.
Who knows? There might not even be sexual harassment lawsuits.
It's really hot here.
So take off all your clothes. Nelly.
So, Vinny, what are the scanners picking up on there? Do we have any readings from Earth?
From Earth? I don't know. Let me check here.
I think our scanners are broken. So, I'm thinking,
Fuck.
why don't we tell you old information?
Right.
Old information that you might not know. Now, Vinny, what is your favorite 100% video game?
My favorite 100% video game would have to be The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo.
So you're talking about that was the what, third?
It was the third one made.
Third one out of the. Now, what do you make of the timeline of Zelda?
Very confusing, but that doesn't matter. Gameplay makes up for all of it.
Calm down. I know you're stressing about our lost crew, but there's nothing we can do. Now tell me more about Zelda.
Let's see.
The storyline of Zelda. What do you make of it?
What do I make of the storyline of Zelda? Let's see. Guy in green becomes a hero. Blah, 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 yak, yak. Saves a princess from an evil pig.
Luckily, the black hole did not take my beer. Oh no, that would be such a tragedy.
Yeah, but they did take my soda. They must like alcoholic beverages a lot less than the soda. They must like sweet things.
I believe your sodas are right over there.
Oh man, it did get pushed over there.
That damn black hole is taking our crew members, our audience, customers, and it moved Vinny's soda from here to there. Vinny, go grab your soda.
Don't tell me what to do.
If that is the only justice we get from this, then so be it.
You only motherfucker.
As captain of the ship, I will not rest until my crew has returned.
Unless, of course,
They
end up in that black hole forever.
They could end up in the world where dogs are the superior being and humans are the lesser being.
Or maybe it won't even be dogs, maybe it'll be monkeys.
They could be somewhere in the multiverse. We would not even know. They might even think that they are on our regular plane of existence, but they are on another existence just
Multiverse.
slightly different.
Maybe they ran into Brian and Stewie.
You never know with these black holes, and we narrowly escaped. It was treacherous.
Yep. Me and Captain Bill over here had to do a lot of work.
We had to do a lot of work. Vinny manned the thrusters, which were the main component to us escaping the black hole. If we did not have that last boost of energy, we would not have escaped.
He is the Kirk to my Spock.
Yes, we make a great team. Speaking of Star Wars, have you ever... Star Trek, have you ever... wow, I'm going to get some hate mail for that. Speaking of Star Trek, have you seen the brand new Star Trek movie?
I have not.
Alright, I have seen that movie literally 30 times, no joking.
Trekkie.
Star Wars and Star Trek have their strong points, and they have their weak points. But I think Star Trek is far more believable than Star Wars.
Agreed. Very much
Because
so.
they have these cartoony furries and just brothers and sisters fucking making out and probably fucking, you know, Luke and Leia. They probably...
Let's see, they had a 9-year-old and a 14-year-old meet and hit on each other in The Phantom Menace.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was,
That was Anakin Skywalker.
and Leia. Not
No, it
Leia,
wasn't
it was,
Leia.
Padme.
Yeah.
Padme. Who played Padme?
Oh my god.
Whatever.
Anyways. Well, because Luke and Leia ended up actually being related.
I think Star Trek, maybe not the older series where they're fighting Gorns and stuff like that. I think the newer portion of Star Trek is more believable. It's other races, meaning other races in the space, and you know, you got the humans, you got the why am I drawing a blank here?
They do have their own version of the Death Star, though, when you think about it.
What do you mean?
When you think about it, look at that humongous little Borg thingy. That reminds me of the Death Star.
What are the names of some of the other races?
We have the Romulans.
The Romulans.
The Klingons.
Yeah, which were the main protagonists in... antagonists in the Star Trek movie, the new one. And you honestly do not have to be a Star Trek fan to enjoy the new Star Trek movie. They, without going into too much detail, they keep what happened as is, and this is completely new. I mean, you can interpret that how you want, but until you see the movie, you won't really understand what I'm talking about. But it still stays true to the old stuff, but it's completely new.
Old and new.
I'm going to make Min Man watch it because I've seen it 30 times. And if I've seen it 30 times, it's got to be a damn good movie because that's all I live for is really good movies.
And Bill prefers new stuff over watching the same old thing.
Well, it's not to say I have disrespect for older movies. It's just you can only watch them so many times before you can wear them out, and that movie will no longer have that same effect on you when you watch it. I believe watching an old movie once in a blue moon, that's how you should do it. You shouldn't just watch a movie over and over and over again that is like 10, 15 years old, because it's like you're not allowing yourself to experience new things.
But at the same time, as long as they're done in increments, like maybe like once every year or something like that, that might be a little more acceptable.
What do you watch once a year? What are your like annual movies? Like movies that you never will go without, that you're kind of on a schedule.
A number of Christmas movies, obviously.
Like during Christmas time, what is your Christmas movies? Like what are your musts?
I watch my Rudolph and Frosty specials. I watch my Grinch special, and of course we
gotta go with the classics there.
Yeah, we gotta go Christmas Story, It's a Wonderful Life, and of course
you shook your eye out, kid.
I think I did shave my eye out. I think that black hole might have attacked my eye, man.
Wow, your eyes bugging you a little bit there?
Ooh, I might survive it. I mean, my eyes are still opening. I mean,
you could have got that space poisoning, the space disease. It rips you from your asshole out. You'd be inside out. You have
space
flesh on the
poisoning.
other side.
That reminds me of
you don't want that.
That reminds me of Mako poisoning from Final Fantasy VII. Another great video game.
What exactly was Mako poisoning? What did it do to you specifically?
Pretty much fucked up in the head.
Because that is a disease that not only affects Earth, it's a disease that affects the universe. Mako poisoning, because the universe is the holder of all the Mako, right?
Of course, although they consider it to be part of the planet.
Part of the planet?
Yes, part of the planet.
Be the life force of all the planets in the universe?
Yep, the live stream had all the Mako energy.
Alrighty.
Yeah, but not Final Fantasy VII Mumbo Jumbo.
So,
it's a great game. Play it.
Yeah, I don't understand how we went on a tangent from Christmas to Final Fantasy, but anyways, what
we
are
talked
some
about space poisoning is what happened.
Okay.
We talked about shooting eyes out. It's just a way we have of switching everything about. Anyway, those are my Christmas movies, and of course, I also always got amused by Tim Allen in the Santa Claus.
Well, you also had to mention Home Alone.
Oh my God!
Alone.
How could I not? How could I forget Home Alone? And Home Alone 2: Lost in New York.
Yeah, I mean
Everything else sucks past that, but the first two Home Alones, Macaulay Culkin, Kevin McAllister.
Yeah, a lot of people think that the Kevin McAllister character should come back as an adult and be in a similar type situation. That's how that's how they could revamp it. Find a new child star, because that's how Macaulay
But have
Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin be the father, and
I know he's in like Uncle Buck and other movies like that, and the Good Son and whatnot. But what were you saying?
Yep, we could have Macaulay Culkin be the father and accidentally leave his kid alone. And what happens though is he's like, I think I know what they're doing. I think those bad guys are back and they want revenge.
Who were who played the villains in that movie? Joe Pesci and
Daniel Stern.
You think that if they did want to revamp that those two would come back?
Yeah, I think that would be totally awesome. They could very convincingly.
I mean, Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2 did net a ridiculous amount of money.
More so in DVD sales.
Yeah,
and VHS sales, because
I think it's being reintroduced to a lot of new generations these days.
Oh yes, hell, let's see. When it first came out, my grandfather was given the opportunity to watch it, and he cracked up laughing like a little girl.
So, what do you think was the most outrageous thing that happened in the Home Alone series that most likely would have killed Harry and Marv? What do you think is the worst thing that happened to them that they should not have survived?
Let's see. I'm going to say either when Marv got electrocuted in Home Alone 2, or when Kevin cut the rope off when they were hanging from the side of the house. And
Yeah, I know.
bumped
Didn't they
against the
fall
wall.
like 3 stories?
And also even the paint cans.
Or I remember the scene where Kevin was on the roof and the bad guys and Harry and Marv were on the ground and they were telling him, you better come down, you filthy little rat, or whatever the fuck they were saying. And he threw bricks at him.
How did you survive from getting hit
had a
with
whole
brick?
print on his forehead, and he survived. It's like,
He survived 4 bricks getting thrown at him.
Harry. Seriously,
And he
was fucked up,
after
man.
3 he was like,
Alright, I know you're not a big fan of horror, but Halloween movies. Are there any Halloween movies that are a part of your schedule?
Halloween movies? Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Which is not really a horror movie.
It's not really, but it is kind of in the Halloween-y theme.
It is a Halloween theme because of ghosts. I mean,
Every Halloween, I like to at least check out the original Halloween. John Carpenter. Yeah, we got some space bugs that got on the ship after we were hit by the
they're
asteroid.
mutated. They're mutated
Yeah.
from moths, I think.
They're really annoying. I think it probably was a breach from earlier when my brother was yelling. Maybe his voice popped a hole open or something.
It would make perfect sense, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't make logical sense, but I'm assuming so. But anyways, Halloween movies. Halloween, the original. Probably one of the best horror movies to have ever existed. I like to watch The Signal. The Signal is a great new movie.
That movie was pretty fucked up.
You seen that movie?
You made me watch it with you.
Good. That movie is deranged. It is, basically the synopsis is, a signal is going through the airwaves, either whether it be radio, telephone, television, whatnot, and it turns people into insane maniacs. They don't make rational decisions. They act like freakazoids. And basically, the majority of the population is infected by this. And they just want a murderous rampage. It's totally unconventional the way it's filmed. So, it's definitely worth it. Check out. I mean, it kind of reminds me of a, apocalypse. Reminds me of like a Pulp Fiction in a apocalypse scenario. The way it's told, because it's told in 3 parts, transmissions they call it. So let's move on. Summer movies. Are there anything you watched during the summer that is kind of like a feel-good movie for you?
Feel-good movies for the summer. My whole American Pie series.
How many times have you seen the series, would you say?
I'd say over the course of my life, about 10 times.
Are you talking about everything?
I'm talking about the theatrical releases.
Oh, excluding the DVD releases, which you
Those-
have said that you have seen before, and
I have.
you enjoy, but you believe they do not belong part of the canon.
They don't belong as part of the canon because they're unrelated characters.
Let me ask you a question. The Little Stifler, that the movie, the DVD releases has been
It was not the same
focused
actor.
on. Do you think they will get the original Little Stifler for the American
For
reunion?
American Reunion? Maybe, but maybe not.
I don't know anything about any of the Little Stifler. What's this name? You know it by any
I
chance?
think Matt Stifler was the younger brother. I know they're bringing back Sean William Scott for the new one.
How many people did they go through for the younger Stifler, Matt Stifler?
That's 2.
Only
because,
2?
Yeah, because they only featured him in one of the made-for-DVD things. The other ones featured cousins.
So it wasn't even Matt Stifler in some of them? It was the cousins?
It was Stifler cousins.
Yeah.
And actually, in
Was
2 of them,
Was it terrible?
it's pretty much raunchy. Like, it's nowhere close to theatrical quality and stuff like that. It's very raunchy rather than anything else. But what was funny was seeing Christopher McDonald in two of them. The guy who played Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore.
Oh, he was in a couple of those?
Yes, he was. He played the perverted father of the Stiflers.
Of the Stifler cousins?
Of the Stifler cousins. Not because they never showed Stifler's father in any of the movies.
What else has Shooter McGavin been in? Do you know?
Christopher McDonald? I can't think of anything.
Offhand, other than Happy Gilmore?
I can't really think of anything, and that's only because I was stuck hearing that Christopher McDonald was eating pieces of shit for breakfast. Or was it Shooter McGavin?
I will go on record to say that my favorite comedy movie ever is Happy Gilmore. It's just a perfect movie. I don't know anything more that you could have done with that movie to make it better. Maybe the deleted scene with Ben Stiller at the end.
Thrown off of the two-story building.
Maybe that should have been included, but for the time, maybe they thought that was too violent or whatever. So maybe they didn't include him because of that.
And what he was doing to the old people wasn't?
It felt like it should have been there. Like maybe before the scene where they're waving to what's his name? The crocodile and
yes, and Chubbs.
Chubbs, yeah, and Chubbs. I thought that that scene should have happened before then, because it'd be like a laugh, and then like like the Adam Sandler thing where everybody's like, "Oh, that was sweet."
What are you waving at, Happy?
Yeah, you notice how Adam Sandler films are kind of all the same.
There are exceptions.
I mean, yeah, but they stick to a certain formula. It's a guy who's doing wacky job or job that most people don't have, and there's a girl, and there's a love interest, and things work out. I mean, that's basically the formula for most of the Adam Sandler movies. Do you have any exceptions to the rule?
Let's see. I would have to say, let's see, Wacky Job and Billy Madison going back to grade school. Wacky Job and Happy Gilmore playing golf instead of hockey.
Both have the love romance mixed
yes,
in. Wacky Job.
With V's in their names. Veronica Vaughn, Virginia Barnett.
Really?
Yep. Vicky Valcourt for Waterboy.
They got a VV thing going on, don't they?
Yep, they stopped it after several movies, but there were a number of them.
Recently I just saw Just Go With It with Jennifer Aniston and Happy Gilmore, or not Happy Gilmore,
Adam Sandler.
And it was decent. The kids in the movie are fucking hilarious. They kind of make the movie. Jennifer Aniston is trying way too hard to act like she's still young, but you're an old ass bitch. I mean, you're still cute.
You were better as Rachel.
But
you were better as Rachel in Friends.
You're trying to act younger than you are. I mean, get with the times. I mean, try different roles. You're not this young celebrity tard or anything like that.
And your hair is not that important to the world.
Yeah. I mean, she's still a hot bitch, but get with the times, lady. You're not young. I mean, you're young somewhat, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're getting older.
So what
Go with it.
What are some of your other favorites? Like, what do you have to watch?
My personal absolute favorite movie of all time. I mean, given that I usually have like random thoughts of wisdom in my head, this is very surprised. But my favorite movie of all time is Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels.
Now you're taking that movie over Godfather, over Reservoir Dogs, over 2001: Space Odyssey, taking over Gone with the Wind, Night of the Living Dead. What makes that movie stand out so much in your head? Because
when I see that movie, I realize there are a cajillion people that I see every day that act just like those two. They have no common sense whatsoever.
It kind of reminds me of Beavis and Butthead.
Yes.
Two oblivious dumbasses and their opinions on society. I mean, If a dumbass calls you a dumbass, you got to be the biggest dumbass there is. I mean, seriously.
I mean, this is why Beavis and Butthead got their shits and giggles from insulting music videos.
Yeah, and I really can't wait for that new season this summer.
Now, the first thing, when that new season does come out, I want to see the first video be a Lady Gaga music video.
How did I know that was going to come out of your mouth? I honestly heard that before you said it.
But you know what? I really hope that a Lady Gaga video is the first thing that shows up, and I want to see them trash it to all hell. Start with Just Dance. Start with Just Dance and go from there.
Alright, I'm not a big fan of Lady Gaga's music. If it comes on the radio, I'm fine with it. It's a catchy tune, you know what I mean? I have no ill words for Lady Gaga. She's doing her shit. She's like the Marilyn Manson of our time. What makes you have an adverse opinion about Lady Gaga?
Because the music is extremely obnoxious. I have to hear it all the time on the radio. And every second I hear something of hers, I want to go to the bathroom and puke.
It's really that bad?
It's that obnoxious.
It's
It's kind of like hearing the most annoying sound in the world from Dumb and Dumber, like, all day long.
And you know what? I guarantee that you're probably right. They probably will bash a Lady Gaga song.
I guarantee it.
Who else do you think that you would want Beavis and Butthead to smash?
Let's see. We got Lady Gaga as my top pick. I could see them having some real fun with. Actually, I could see them having some fun with Eminem. I can see them having.
Well, they don't always bash songs.
I know, but for the most part, they do. I mean, in the old stuff, they even bash some of their own favorite bands, like Metallica or AC/DC and shit like that.
I honestly, I'm not a big Eminem fan myself. I'm neutral on that whole thing, but I could probably see Eminem as one of the artists that Beavis and Butthead actually kind of praise. You know, Eminem's a white rapper, and Beavis and Butthead are some dumbass white boys, so you may see some praise.
Although, if you remember, Beavis and Butthead had a lot of fun insulting Vanilla Ice.
Oh, yes. But Eminem is different from Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice came from the early stages of hip-hop, the beginning stages of it, and he came from a raw era where people didn't really know what the music was at the time. They were just defining it, and he just so happened to be on the end that people weren't looking at. But it's not to say his career is shit. I mean, Vanilla Ice.
He did make up Ninja Rap.
He is very significant. I mean, if when you say Eminem, people know it, and when you say Vanilla Ice, people know it. I mean, I think it's just about equal. Wouldn't you say?
I would say. I'm trying to think of someone. Let's see. Perfect music video for Beavis and Butthead to make fun of. I Kissed a Girl.
And I liked it.
Yes. I mean, I'm not. I mean, like according on our last thing, we talked about how we're very happy that gay marriage is legal now. I mean, we're not against that whatsoever, but I think they can have some real fun with I Kissed a Girl.
I think Beavis would be humping the couch for that scene.
I humped a couch, and I liked it.
You know, I wonder if they are going to use old animations on the show, because I know that the Beavis humping the couch thing was reused for other episodes.
A lot of their things of watching these videos were reused.
It may have been a new animation, but it looks so similar. I think they may have used the humping the couch thing over and over and over.
Yeah, well, all the scenes where they're sitting on the couch watching the videos are all pretty much recycled. The animation was very.
I don't think they'll recycle animation this time because of the amount of money that's probably dumped into this. Mike Judge, he's doing very well. He was King of the Hill. It was just a little while ago.
Another one of my favorite movies. I just realized. Speaking of Mike Judge, Office Space.
Yeah, Office Space is awesome.
Yep. Yep. Time for those TPS reports.
It's about a guy who is fed up with his job, and
he ends up getting a little hypnotized and starts relaxing and enjoying life.
it's about a guy who realizes that everything that he has been stressed about for so long
Is
is
irrelevant.
not really a big deal. And well, he ends up almost fucking over his friend's career.
Federal motherfucking Tommy in the ass prison.
Yeah. Mike Judge movies are so different than anything you've ever seen. I mean, he puts a lot of thought into society and what society is going through, and he puts a lot of thought into the character and the character development. He did Extract, which is about a guy who owns a vanilla extract and other type of extract supplies company, and he's in a midlife crisis. His wife won't put out.
That's enough for a midlife crisis on its own.
There's people offering to buy his company, and there's unrest with the workers. They feel like they're not getting the respect they deserve when this is a nice company that actually respects their people, but people do they do feel unrest after a while after doing the same thing for so many years.
I'm sure everyone has.
Everybody gets tired with their job at some point, and it creates tension. If you haven't seen Extract, Extract is one of those movies that are so set beside what you see today. It's not cookie cutter. It's very well thought out. Idiocracy, another movie by Mike Judge. It's about how in the future we're going to be so retarded if we keep on the same path. Taco Bells will run our government.
Taco Bells.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Idiocracy, you're a comedy guy. This is right down your lane. That's another really great.
I am a big fan of laughing when I watch TV, not going to the bathroom and puking.
Yeah, see, I'm not trying to bring up horror movies. I know that's not your thing.
It is not, but I can't.
It's kind of a bad mood here because our crew did get sucked into a black hole, and our crowd. It's really such a shame.
We thought we had one of them survived, but
listen, the show must go on. Am I correct?
You are correct.
The show must go on. And Vinny, he's a real trooper, man. He was this far into a black hole. Like, you couldn't even see the bottom half of him. But I reached my hand out there. I pulled him in. He smacked my hand away and said, "No, I will do this.
Shoe.
I will do this on my own." He lost his shoe. But he crawled out of the black hole by himself. I'm not lying, people. I offered him help. I put my hand out there, and he said, "No, I will save myself, God damn it. I'm a real man."
Because I am the champion, my friends. And I will keep on fighting to the end.
Why did that remind me of Mighty Ducks?
I do not know. Maybe they played We Are the Champions in the Mighty Ducks.
Anybody remember Mighty Ducks?
Also a good movie, The Mighty Ducks.
I mean, do the Mighty Ducks, like the actual NHL team, actually, are they still a real team?
I'm not sure.
You know what? You know why? Because Americans don't give a fuck about hockey. We're outer space Americans. We're illegal immigrants from space.
Yep. Although, in defense of hockey, let's see, there is a lot of awesomeness in that sport, only because of the fact that fighting can actually be done.
Yeah, I've been to a few live hockey things. I mean, not NHL, but I've been to...
like Syracuse Crunch?
Yeah, I've been to a Syracuse Crunch game, and I've been to a Clarkson College game, female, for my cousin, and, dude, they get brutal out there. They really do. I mean, it's a part of the sport to be very violent.
Yep, and you know what? You can do it and not get ejected from the game.
I mean, they have been making the rules a little more strict, but
Fights still happen.
You still hear on the news all the time that there are fucking brutal fights that happen. I mean, it's such a difficult sport. I mean, to get a goal is, it's extreme. You have to you're on fucking skates. I mean, it's a hard sport.
Even the referees have a lot more danger in that sport.
Doesn't the famous hockey player Happy Gilmore own the only record for trying to stab someone with their skate?
Yep, and most times been in the penalty box.
Okay, yeah. Our boy Happy Gilmore, I'm watching you, man. I'm watching you.
Yep, because apparently you really exist.
One day. You're gonna make the big leagues. And I'm talking to you, Adam Sandler. Happy Gilmore 2. Hockey. Do it. Or I'll stab you with a skate. Not really, because you'll probably sue me for saying that. So I'm just joking.
And you know what? Sugar McGavin will be back and probably trying to beat you down too.
Yeah.
He'll probably decide, why don't I just try skating? Maybe I can be a gay ice dancer.
So, what's your favorite action movie? I know you try to stick with a comedy, but
action movies?
You ever dabble in action movies every once in a while?
Not very often.
Like, what's the last best action movie you've ever seen?
Sadly enough, I would have to say the movie that you made me watch, The Terminator.
Did you enjoy those movies?
Yes, I did.
Alright, I'm glad you enjoyed those movies because they're classics. Terminator 1, Terminator 2. Yeah, I know you watched some of the Sarah Connor Chronicles with me.
I did not enjoy that so much.
It was different.
It was very loosely oriented with all that.
So you watched Terminator 1, 2, 3, and some of the Sarah Connor Chronicles?
Yes.
You did not see the new movie?
Nope.
And that's probably better because I wasn't really a big fan of the new Terminator movie.
And I will say, between the ones I did watch, the best one was the original. I know a lot of people like Judgment Day better, but I like the original because, what can we say, car race is way more awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was really 80s.
Way more
too.
Awesome than John Connor by
I'm a big fan of 80s movies because 80s movies seem so...
That music that played throughout
Not the
Terminator,
music,
that was weird ass shit.
The feeling that you
went
got
right with it.
from an 80s movie, it felt so genuine, so real, and so part of the time. I know I was only 6 years old when the 80s ended. I was born in 1984, but the movies from the 80s were spectacular. Absolutely spectacular.
Another prime example, I know we're switching away from the action, but
go ahead.
We got The Breakfast Club. Very good movie. I mean,
which character would you identify yourself with most from the
let's see.
Breakfast Club?
I'm torn between the basket case, or Ally Sheedy, or Allison, or whatever you want to call her, and the nerdy guy.
Really?
Yeah.
So you would have pictured yourself staying right in that room. You wouldn't have been trying to escape. You probably would have just did what you were told, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So you're the type of person that probably you're not the type of person that would never be in any situation like that. You were very well behaved in school. You did what you were told for the most part, correct?
Yep. Now, I'll never forget this. The one time I did get suspension or any kind of thing from school is because they caught porn on my computer. Yes. I had a laptop computer and it had porn on it.
Alright, Benny. What type of porn did those people, the administrators, see?
Yeah, just a bunch of girl-on-girl porn.
Girl-on-girl porn? If I'm going to be a guy who's going through every single person's in the high school's laptop, I probably wouldn't feel that bad if I came across some girl-on-girl. I wouldn't be that pissed.
I'm pretty sure that, you know what, I'm willing to bet that they kept copies of that kind of stuff for their own self-aggrandizement.
Yeah, they're probably still sitting at home breaking off to the same show.
No, the girl-on-girl porn. It's like, yes, I have porn on my computer. I'm a guy. I have needs. I'm not getting laid any other way, so why don't I just watch some porn?
Alright, I am looking at a reactor that is actually blinking right now and blowing steam from it. So we're going to fix that really quickly, and we'll be right back. The ship, there's turbulence for some reason. I think we just got hit by another asteroid.
Fuck.
One of our main reactors are down. We're gonna. I just wanted to take some time to say, if we die, tell my family, go fuck yourself. Alright, we're back. We just got bombarded by an asteroid belt. I'm not sure if it was an asteroid belt or just a barrage of rogue asteroids, but we were struck again.
It reminds me of those old times when I was playing Star Fox.
Star Fox? I know, I have to say this, that if it weren't for Vinny, we might not have made through it that. He did a barrel roll.
Yes, Happy Hair told me to do a barrel roll.
He did a barrel roll, and he blasted all those asteroids away like it was nothing.
Yep, with my twin blasters, baby.
He did a barrel roll, and he shot 13 blue shells, and we made it through. Vinny, how did you get such skills? Where did you learn such brilliant maneuvers from?
I had an anamorphic rabbit teach me everything. He was teaching me how to do barrel rolls by pressing Z or R twice.
What was the name of this commander?
Peppy.
Peppy?
Peppy Hair.
Peppy Hair.
Yes.
God bless you, Peppy Hair. You saved our life.
Yep.
I appreciate that very much.
Apparently he used to teach a fox.
Now, who do you think, if this was sabotage, was behind our attack?
Andros.
Andros. We're coming after you, motherfucker. We're coming after you. What do we have to use to defeat this beast?
This weird, sharp, plane-like thingy. I think they call it an R-wing.
An R-wing. What kind of ammunition are we going to use?
Just some plasma blasters, baby. Gotta love that plasma. Plasma TVs, plasma balls, those plasma glass thingies that you see on all those science fairs and shit like that.
Plasma.
Or Spencer Gifts at the mall.
How can you use gifts at the mall to destroy it?
I'll throw it at them! It'll shock and explode them.
Now, what is your favorite Star Fox game?
64.
Have you played anything other than that?
The original Super Nintendo. Let's see, I tried Adventures.
How futuristic was the, how revolutionary was the original Star Fox on Nintendo?
Well, it was
Super Nintendo.
It was an attempt to bring it was the first real, it used the Super FX chip, so it tried to bring the 3D graphics into the 16-bit era, and it did a very good job. I mean, there were a lot of things that they had a lot of fixing to do, but for its time, it did a very good job. Which is why when they brought it to the Nintendo 64, they decided to completely get rid of that storyline and start over with a similar storyline.
Now, the Star Fox from Nintendo 64 was the son of the Star Fox from the Super Nintendo?
No, it's the exact same character. They completely abolished the original plot line. They combined...
Oh, so it's kind of like Zelda where they recreate the story?
In a way, yes. But, the whole point is, it's kind of like the original Star Fox never happened, but most of the majority of the plot lines that are featured from the original Star Fox are still in 64.
Now, Wolf was an antagonist in that?
Yep, it was the rival of Fox.
Why do I remember there's something to be with Star Fox's father?
Because he was killed by Andros.
Oh.
At least in the 64 storyline he was. In the original, he apparently fell into a black hole.
Well, have they elaborated on that in any future games, or have you not played that many at all?
I played some of them further on, but I think 64 will always be the best one. They tried Adventures, but there was so much, where they're just walking around, it felt like they were trying to copy elements from, platformers more than, the space simulation shit.
Alright, do me a favor. Go to Wikipedia, the Earthling website, and I want you to look up the cast of Super Smash Brothers. I believe it will bring up a list of all characters throughout all series. Like, I believe the search term should be a list of Super Smash Brothers characters. I want to discuss with you who you think will return in the next game. Obviously, Mario, Luigi, Peach. I'm hoping Wario. It's not definite.
I think Wario will be sticking around because of how much effort they took to bring Wario into Brawl.
So let's break it down. Definite. Let's go definite. Mario, Luigi.
Every character that was in the original Smash Brothers game will still be there.
You're saying Pikachu, Jigglypuff,
Captain
Falcon, Link,
Fox.
Falco.
Falco
would probably definitely make a return.
Falco
right?
was in Melee as a hidden character and also in Brawl.
Yeah, it's probably fair to say that Falco will make a return.
They did, in between Melee and Brawl, they did get rid of characters like they got rid of Pichu, they got rid of Young Link,
Mewtwo,
and they got rid of Mewtwo.
Lucario.
Lucario is new to Brawl.
Oh, new to Brawl, but I don't think Lucario will.
Lucario probably will not because
they'll probably use what's the new main legendary?
Lucario was not a legendary, by the way.
I'm just saying, what is the next big thing in Diamond and Pearl?
Honestly, I haven't played. Diamond and Pearl is already past its time. They'll have to go from black and white.
That's what I'm sorry.
Yeah, black and white. But the main thing is, I've only gotten through. I just started playing Pokemon Black.
What do you think? Arceus?
Arceus is the legendary creator.
You think that might be just be a Pokeball?
It'll be a legendary Pokeball.
Yeah. I know they implemented like assist characters along with the Pokeballs.
They started that with Brawl, actually.
Yeah, that's the brand.
Which I think is very good. It's about time they decided to branch out from Pokemon.
Each time they implement new Pokemon characters, what do you think, in your opinion, from the new generation will make an appearance? Because obviously they are going to put a next generation character in the game.
Yep.
Because Pokemon is a staple of Nintendo.
And I'm pretty sure
a very strong staple.
And I'm pretty sure
they
will keep the Pokemon trainer from Brawl in the new Smash Bros. Game.
You think they'll keep the same set? What was it? Charizard, Squirrel, and Venusaur?
They might. Maybe they'll go with a Neo Pokemon trainer with some newer generation Pokemon.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Scyther outside of the Pokeball character, because he is he's about the same size, about the same structure as the rest of them. I wouldn't mind seeing Scyther as a playable character.
Yep, like Lucario was a perfect.
You're way better with Pokemon than me, so what do you think?
Let's see. I mean, I haven't played enough of the 5th generation to be able to give you stuff from there. I mean, Lucario was from 4th generation, so they've already gone through the 4th generation.
All right, let me just say, Super Smash Brothers is a fighting style game, right?
Yes.
Why wouldn't they use fighting style Pokemon? Maybe Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, Graveler. Maybe
could, but I think a lot of those did not have the popularity.
Machamp. I mean,
the main problem with those is they didn't attain the popularity that like Mewtwo or Lucario got.
You like Mudkips?
Mudkip or Swampert or let's see, they're all right. I don't think those ones got popularity either. Like I think if anyone, maybe bring Charizard out as a standalone instead of being with the Pokemon trainer.
What about Smugleaf? I mean Snivy.
Snivy, the little serpent. I don't think it has enough of a battle stance to be a good character.
Don't you just want to punch that Pokemon in the face? He looks like he's a snooty little bastard. It's like putting his nose.
I did think of one just now. Thank you very much, Infernape.
Infernape? Yeah, that would be a great fucking Pokemon to implement into Super Smash Brothers. I mean, that's a pretty badass character, right? It looks humanoid.
It's a monkey.
Is it fighting / fire?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, that'd be a perfect Pokemon to use. They probably won't. I mean, they're gonna use whatever one whatever Pokemon that is probably either legendary status or a higher status.
I honestly think that they should. What they have never done at all, and was one of the most popular Pokemon from the first generation, that they need to make into a Pokeball character, Gyarados. Gyarados should be a Pokemon that pops out of the Pokeball. They never did.
Alright, so who from Brawl do you think will not continue?
Let's see.
Obviously, they're gonna keep Meta Knight. They're gonna keep Kirby.
Kirby's been around since the beginning. So
Well, Meta Knight is kind of in the maybe stack.
Meta Knight, maybe, but Meta Knight was enough of a new individual character.
I mean, a lot of people, they do play as Meta Knight online. And I think Meta Knight is a strong character that people actually do enjoy playing as.
I think if they're going to get rid of anyone, let's see, maybe they'll get rid of maybe Lucas from the Earthbound series.
Probably.
Yep.
Because they already have what's his face, right? Ness.
Right, and maybe they'll get rid of, I think it was Ike from the Fire Emblem series, because I remember they got rid of Roy and replaced him with Ike.
Do you think they'll keep Roy?
Roy was gone already.
No, who?
Marth was the one that was...
Marth.
They'll probably keep Marth, but maybe they'll get rid of Ike, because they already got rid of Roy between Melee and Brawl.
So, Roy and Marth were Melee?
Yes, and Marth and Ike were in Brawl.
Alright, Marth was always my favorite from Melee, so... Vinny, have you 100% completed Melee? I mean, I have to say that there are a lot of people out there still, right now, who are 100% dead set on beating Melee 100%. Collecting all the trophies, getting the Game Shark, and getting the Japanese trophies that you can't get otherwise. Beating every challenge.
Getting all the rare Pokemon trophies.
All the rare Pokemon trophies. The Home Run Derby. Getting all the in-fight combos or whatever. What are they called? The Smash bonuses or whatever?
Yeah, pretty much
something like
that.
that. Yeah, Melee is still a strong game. I mean...
Yep, even without Brawl, even for the GameCube, Melee... And I'm pretty sure it was the most popular game on the GameCube.
Yeah, I mean, there's still people who are playing it to this day and love it to death.
I think a lot of people think the controls are actually a little better in Melee than in Brawl. I think a lot of people complain about a little bit of a slowdown in Brawl. Like how it seems like the characters move a tad slower than they did before.
Yeah, I totally get that. I was not as comfortable.
The controls were not as
Brawl.
responsive unless you used the GameCube controller for Brawl. I noticed.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like they jumped way too fast into it. Like they weren't. I mean, Brawl just seemed like it was missing something, whereas Melee was a perfect game. I would have to say perfect game. I mean, it's easy but challenging at the very same time. And Brawl just lacked some elements, which led some of the Melee players...
The Subspace Emissary is probably the biggest letdown of the single-player thing. The Subspace Emissary.
I don't think the Subspace... I actually enjoyed the Subspace Emissary. I believe that Super Smash Bros. Did need a story mode. I'm talking about the game's play specifically is what bothered me. The Subspace Emissary should have been in Melee. That probably could have made it a complete game having a storyline into it. I would just wish that Brawl stuck to the same format as Melee. The controls being a little more responsive. And they added the same features of Brawl, just
Melee.
No, I'm saying that Brawl has the same features, but with the Melee gameplay. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I hope they
They address the issues in this new Smash Bros.
Nobody from Nintendo will be watching this. I'm gonna be.
We're lucky the Warrior saw our thing.
I'm gonna straight up with myself.
Warrior.
Nintendo won't be watching this. It was a fucking complete and total fluke when Brandon fell on his ass calling out the Warrior and the Warrior actually responded. During that 40-minute tirade, I actually said, do you actually think the Warrior is going to actually respond to this? And goddamn it, I was proven wrong. I was proven fucking wrong. But this situation, Nintendo's not going to be paying attention, so.
Let's see.
You're paying attention, though, which is what matters. We're actually talking to the fans who play these games, and you probably have the same ideas as us. Like last episode, we talked about some of our wish list characters for Super Smash Brothers. Vinny, strong supporter of Bomberman. I wouldn't disagree at all. Simon Belmont, and I'm a strong supporter of Mega Man and keeping Wario in the game. And Waluigi. He may be a goofy motherfucker, but you need evil in your video games to make your heroes seem that much better.
That's why they have Bowser and Ganondorf.
I know. Well, Waluigi and Luigi, or Wario together, Wario and Waluigi, would be fucking awesome. That would be my duel every single time. Wario is necessary because he's like the doppelganger of Mario. He is everything that represents the exact opposite of what Mario represents.
Although, if you recall, in Melee, before they even had Wario in the game, you could change Mario's costume to look like Wario.
Yeah, and I think they did that on purpose to let people have the opportunity to make it seem like Wario was part of the game.
But he used all of Mario's mannerisms and everything, and he was a lot less heavy compared to Wario.
So, I'm glad that Wario was in the game. Get rid of that damn motorcycle because it's caused me so many deaths. Falling off the side.
Actually, I had that same trouble with King DDD.
Yeah, I mean, King DDD will be in the next game.
Yes.
It's not 100%. It's one of those. It falls in the maybe.
Yeah, but every time I do the up special attack with King DDD, if I'm up on a ledge, I'm going to fall down the hole and lose.
Yeah,
that is my main gripe with King DDD.
There's certain characters where their moveset is just not. It's just not fair at all. It's really not fair at all. Especially with that motorcycle, man. You know how many times I just fucking. Dad.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
We've all done it.
Wah!
Yes, Bill does sound like Wario, like the Mario Kart 64
Wario. So let's move on. What other characters, besides the one we talked about last episode, do you feel absolutely necessary to be in this next game? Whether it be characters who have already been in the game, or whether it be characters who have yet to appear in the game.
Let's see. I mean, I remember last week I mentioned Dry Bones, but we're already going to go beyond that. I can't really think of any more that I can really, off the top of my head, that I really want to see in the game. I mean, maybe a Koopa Troopa. A live one, not a Dry Bones, but a live one.
Yeah, Dry Bones are dead Koopas, aren't they?
Yes. Or, let's see, maybe we could get, let me see, we already have Link and Zelda and Ganondorf. Maybe we could get, like, a Goron or a Zoro or a Zora or something like that, one of the races from the Zelda series in there.
What do you mean?
Like one of the different kinds, like you know how there's the Zoras and the Gorons and all the other races in the Zelda series? Get one of those as a fighter or some shit like that.
What are the name of those little fucking things that shoot rocks at you?
Oh, yeah, it's the Deku Scrubs.
The Deku. I'm not 100% sure. I could be...
Or Octoroks.
I could be very wrong. Aren't there larger forms of those things?
Yes.
That appear as bosses in the game?
Yes.
Like a main Deku or whatever?
Yeah, pretty much shit like that. You can see that in different kinds of Zelda games and all that.
Who do you think in the Zelda series is your favorite boss? Not exactly the hardest boss to beat, or not exactly the easiest boss to beat, or I'm just talking about who is your favorite person, your favorite boss that you've ever come against that you're like, yeah, this is going to be a great fight.
Dodongo.
Dodongo. Explain that to me.
Let's see.
What
He's
series
the one
was
where
that
you
from?
feed him bombs and it blows up inside him, and he's like,
Oh, it looks like
It's like a
triceratops,
like
right?
a
orange
rhinoceros.
Yeah, orange rhinoceros or something.
yes, or green depending on the game.
And those are found in like I'd say about like 40% of the dungeons in the original Zelda.
Yeah, they were found in dungeons. In the original Zelda, they were found in a good portion of them. There was a giant one as one of the bosses in Ocarina of Time, where you fed him bombs. And then it would explode while it was in his mouth. He'd be like, what the fuck happened to me?
How many times would you say you've beaten the original Zelda?
I'd say like maybe about 10, 11, 12 times.
Do you think you could accurately and swiftly go through Zelda in under an hour? Or do you think... I mean, it takes more than that, doesn't it?
It might take... I mean, I know some speedrunners that can do it in less time, but I could probably get it done within maybe an hour and a half.
Alright, let's say, Vinny, you had all the time in the world. You had no obligations. You didn't have your own spaceship to take care of on the during the week when you're not doing this show. Let's say you didn't have your obligation of your own spaceship. You didn't have obligation of other people. Let's say you had all the time in the world to prepare for a speed run for Zelda. Do you think you could compete with the best in the world if you had the time to practice?
If I didn't have a life and that's all I focused on, I could do it.
Because I would like to say right off the bat that Vincent Jerome Barry, and I'm sorry for using your full government, but you are probably the smartest person I know.
Yeah.
You may not be smart in areas where normally people would think that people should be smart, but I really do believe that if you apply your mind to anything, you could be the #1 person at that thing. So, what fastest speed time do you think you could beat other people? If you had all the time it needed to prepare, do you think you could break records?
Probably.
Alright, people. Donate money to the Outer Space Freak Show, and we will have Vinny breaking records.
Yeah, good luck.
Pay for Vinny to sit on his ass, and we will break records. Now, we're talking about Super Smash Brothers. They are saying that the new Super Smash Brothers, they are looking into incorporating. They are looking.
The 3DS.
No, I'm not talking about that. They are looking into incorporating Capcom characters.
Capcom.
Besides Street Fighter, which characters would you like to see implemented into?
I can't really think of many Capcom characters other than Street Fighters and Mega Man.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know they had about 1 billion fighting games that came out through Capcom that they actually made those characters Capcom characters or Street Fighter characters. Besides the fact there's King of Fighters, and whatnot. There's no other Capcom characters you would see fit for Super Smash Brothers?
I think Capcom, if you put an overabundance of Capcom characters, you're kind of ruining the element of Smash Brothers. Because it was meant... when it originally started, it was first-party Nintendo characters, and then they eventually moved to second-party. And just recently, they got Sonic and Solid Snake in Smash Brothers Brawl.
Alright, let's say that in the highly unlikely circumstance that they allowed Sony characters, the competition, to be involved in the new Super Smash Brothers.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
Spyro the Dragon.
Spyro the Dragon. Those are two humongous names in Sony.
Yes, they are.
Actually, wouldn't you like to see Final Fantasy characters be implemented?
Final Fantasy characters, I think that would deserve its own game. Away from Smash Brothers.
You know, I could easily see Cloud. I could easily see Sephiroth involved in the Super Smash Bros. I could easily see a Cloud figurine with a base floating down from the sky, landing into the pile of all the
There's only one
figurines.
major problem with that, and that is the Final Fantasy VII was never released on a Nintendo system ever.
I understand that. That is the first to be not released on a Nintendo system, right? Final Fantasy VI was Nintendo, right?
Yes. That one featured Kefka as the main villain, the clown.
So, isn't there a character named Kefka in the Final Fantasy, the one that you allowed me to play?
No.
No?
Final Fantasy X did
Oh,
not
I'm
have
thinking
Kefka.
of like Jecht.
Jekt. Yes. And
It's
he
spelled
was
G-E-H-C-T?
G-E-C-H-T.
G-E-C-H-T. I always get that mixed up.
Yep, he is the father of the main character in Final Fantasy X, which is a great video game.
I just thought we'd give ourselves a little background music here.
And we got classic Zelda music.
Let's forget us talking about Super Smash Brothers. Aside from Sony, aside from Nintendo, aside from Sega, is there any other characters from any other gaming community or gaming company that should belong? What about Number Munchers? What about Number Munchers? What about Carmen Sandiego? What about Oregon Trail? I'm sorry, you're not as old as we are. Do we have a guest coming to the Outer Space Freak Show right now? Do we actually have someone who survived the black hole? No, we don't. He actually just died on the stairs. Alright, if you're gonna die, be dead quietly. Alright, there's someone who actually aborted the ship and they're dead. They told us that they wish us to no!
He's a
We have a fucking
zombie.
zombie on the ship.
We got our zombie here. And they ate my neighbors. Zombies have eaten my neighbor.
Alright, we got a zombie on the ship. We're gonna take a quick break. Alright, we're back. What did we do to the zombie?
We purified it with one of those potions they had in Final Fantasy.
Otherwise, we shot that motherfucker in the head and he's dead. So, we're back, and, we were talking about video games, but, you know what? You've heard enough. And I think it's about time we wrap up the show. It's been crazy. We lost a lot of people today in this, shit. We lost a lot of people in the black hole. No, we got no audience, no crew. I mean, it's just left down to the bare bones. Me and Vinny here.
Yep.
I mean, we survived by the grit of our teeth. So, I'm Bill Springer, captain of the ship, and I'm with Vinny, second in command, and we're signing off. Have a good night.
You too.
Or morning, or whatever the fuck you're experiencing. Goodbye.
1,000? There's no way that can be right.